Hi, my name is Jay Hait. I'm an American-Israeli attorney with offices in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Jerusalem, and Ra'anana. A lot of fathers come to me and they say, hey, we want to have joint custody over our children and we want to know, is it possible? And the answer is that, well, first of all, you should know in Israel today, we're talking about 2020, the pendulum is shifting and they're giving joint custody more and more. But a lot of that depends on what went on before. In other words, you can't have been a father that just comes home for weekends, never sees his kids during the week, and say, hey, I want joint custody now, and expect to get it. It's not going to happen. But if you worked with your wife equally all those years, you put them in bed, got them ready for bed, you went to doctor's appointments just like she did, you helped in the morning and got them ready for school, or you got them ready for school and she helped you, then you can really expect that you're going to be able to do it. But even then, we have to look at some other issues, right? For example, are you going to be able to leave work at, say, 4 o'clock on the days that the kids are with you in order to take them from their misgerets and from their school frameworks and to their chugim, their clubs, and doctor's appointments, etc. A lot of people can't. And if you can't, then how do you think you're going to be able to get joint custody? Now remember, in Israel we have what's known as the tender age doctrine. What that means is that when children are under the age of 6, there's an assumption that they would be better off with the mother. What that means is that as a man, there's an even higher barrier for you to overcome in order to get joint custody over your children when they're under the age of 6. But again, it's not something that can't be overcome. And finally, there's the issue of social worker bias. Since these laws, or rather court rulings regarding joint custody, are new, and it's only recently that they've started pushing for joint custody, a lot of social workers who have been working for literally tens of years have a bias against men having joint custody over the fathers. Now that's something that we can and do overcome, but if we're confronted with it, it becomes a court battle. Why is it important for you to know this information? Well, it's important because as you look at how your life is going to be after divorce, it's really important to be able to plan how much time you're going to have to dedicate to your children. And if you think that you're not going to be able to dedicate enough time to be a joint parent, then there's no reason that you should be bringing your children into that type of situation. And if you just want joint custody because of the potential lower child support payments, then again, that's not something that you should be doing unless you're willing to sacrifice and say, hey, I know that it's not only an issue of quality of time, but amount of time, and I'm willing to put that time into it so that I can see my children as much as possible. If you have other questions about divorce, then please call my office. I and my staff can help you, just like we help other people with these types of issues day in, day out. My phone number and my email address appear on the screen in front of you.